What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. My name is Lewis Young, and in this video I'm just going to kind of let you guys learn a little bit about me. I'm going to tell you about where I'm from, what I do, how I got here, about my family, about my friends, my hobbies, everything you guys need to know. By the end of this video, me and you are going to feel like best friends. Okay. So let's go way back and start off with where I was born, where I was from, and my family. So, I was born in London, in Leytonstone, East London. I was born in Whipps Cross Hospital, and I was actually born extremely premature. I can't remember exactly, but it was well over 2 months, closer to 3 months, I think. And there's actually, when I was born, there was it's kind of 50-50 chance whether I would live or not, or live or die. 50-50 chance whether I was going to actually survive. So, lucky for you guys watching this video, I did. But shortly after all of that mess, I found myself in, me and my family moved to Taunton. And Taunton is in Somerset, for those of you that don't know. And I spent most of my childhood, most of my life actually, growing up in Taunton in Somerset. I moved out of my family home when I was 16 years old, and I moved into my own place. I guess I've always been fairly independent, and I got a dog straight away. For those of you that have been following me for a long time, obviously you probably all know and love Lola. She's the bulldog I have now. I've had her for 9 years. Before Lola, I had another dog called Diesel. He was also an English bulldog, and I don't think I've ever posted anything of him on my Facebook, but he was a beast. Maybe I can include a couple of pictures somewhere on the screen. His previous owner was, let's say, I only met him once, but he was kind of he shouldn't have owned a dog. And he was trying to just get, by the sound of things, he was trying to get some money, so he just sold his dog. So I got Diesel, I took him to the vet. I actually got him the vet told me he wouldn't live for 6 months, and then I had him for 5 years and gave him a very good life. Okay, one very important thing you guys should know about me, if you're getting to know me, is I eat all the time. So we're going to take a pit stop, snack break, because there's an M&S up here. And if any of you guys know about M&S food, it's like premium snacks. You can go to Tesco's or Sainsbury's, but they don't touch M&S. So we're going to take a little break, grab some snacks. I'll show you what we've got, and then we'll park up and we'll carry on talking. Another important thing to mention to you guys, if you don't know me, is I'm actually celiac. I have celiac disease, so I can't eat any gluten, which obviously limits what I can have. But this is why we go to Marks and Spencer's, because the options are still incredible. By the way, this video is not sponsored by Marks and Spencer's. These are elite. So I thought Marks and Spencer stopped doing these, because for a long time nowhere did them. But these have 3 left, so I'm gonna probably get all 3. And just leave them in my car for like a little driving snack. Right guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I've done for work up until this point, and kind of how I've had it before. I'm sure a lot of other people in similar positions to mine get this question saying, how did you get to where you are? How did you get, I don't know, in the industry that you're in? So I'll try and talk a little bit about that. So growing up, my first job, I think I was about 13 or 14, and I'd wake up 6 a.m, jump on my BMX that I had at the time, go out to the motorway service station, and I was literally just washing dishes, and then I was serving food. And then I've had some pretty like shitty jobs around that same time. And well, a little bit later, I was there for a couple of years. I've done coffee shops, I've done, I worked in the cinema. I actually got fired from working in the cinema. I worked in retail. So this was all when I was quite young. It didn't take long for me to realize that this just wasn't for me. I don't really like working for other people, and I like to have the freedom to do what I want to do. So at the time, when I was younger, I started dancing. With my dancing, my tricking, tumbling, breaking, popping, all the bits that you guys have seen, I'm not a trained dancer, so I didn't go to dance school. It's all self-taught. And then I just happened to be in a group of friends that were very talented, and I learned a lot from them, and we all learned from each other. So I was dancing at the time when I was younger, and I was like, you know what, let me share my knowledge, share kind of what I've learned. And I started teaching dance classes. And at this point I was living by myself, and this was my only form of income. So it was just trying to get enough to pay my rent and bills. And it was kind of, sometimes it wasn't enough. A lot of the time it wasn't enough actually. But I got by. And then eventually I started kind of developing more as a dancer, as a tricker or an acrobat. And I started to get kind of work, like paid work. I ended up doing work with quite well-known artists. I formed a crew called Elements. This is a crew that I had in Taunton. This was basically a group of they were literally my best friends at the time. And I definitely miss that whole concept and what we had at that time. But kind of everyone grew up and had to live life and do their own thing. So we all kind of went off in our own directions. At that point also, Elements were getting work. Like, we performed at Glastonbury Festival, we had our own show, and we worked with artists and other kind of stage shows as well. This is how I got into modelling. So I got a dance job, and I was on, I can't remember who it was for. It was for like a group that I don't think anyone would know. And I was literally wearing like a morph suit, you know, those suits that like skin tight, head to toe, it covers your face. And I was dancing in one of those. I think I was doing some flips and stuff as well. And the director on that shoot, I kind of just got quite friendly with him, and I was chatting. He could see what I was doing. Like, we got on quite well. Did that job, and I was like, cool, thanks for the job, see you later. And then a couple weeks later, I got a call from him saying, I've got another job for you. It's a music video. It's for an artist called Philip George. And he was like, we need someone that can jump off cliffs and scuba dive and jet ski and all of this. And I was like, damn, okay, sick, I'll do that. So I said, yeah, it's cool, I'll take it. And so they took me abroad. We did this music video. It was, to date, probably one of my favorite jobs. I was working with a girl on that job. So she was a model, and she was nice. We got on quite well. And afterwards, after the video went out, she showed the video to her agency, and her agency basically said, who's the guy, and contacted me. And then so I went in to see the agency that had seen me in this video. We got talking. I had kind of a portfolio to show them, and on the day they said, we want to sign you. I was like, okay, sick. So all of a sudden I was signed to a modeling agency. And since then I've worked through the agency and through some jobs I took on myself, tons of sports brands, Adidas, New Balance, Reebok, Puma. Then I've worked with tech brands like Panasonic, I've worked with Mercedes, I've worked with grooming brands, and but yeah, basically I've had what I would consider a pretty successful career in that industry up until now. Then I kind of got into the influencer role. Not a huge fan of the influencer. I know technically if you're on Instagram and you have any sort of following, you can influence other people. So by definition, everyone is an influencer. But I feel like the word influencer is kind of tainted and tarnished. But we all know what it means. But I became a fitness content creator. And by doing that, I started to build my following on social media. And at the same time, I was modeling and still kind of on and off dancing. The further it went, the longer it went on, the less dancing I was doing. But it's still there. I mean, I could still take a dance job now as well. So for the people that say, I want to be a model or a fitness model, how do I do it? Quick tips. To get into that industry, I would say, firstly, have some sort of portfolio. It does help. A couple of headshots, a couple of full body, activewear, fashion, whatever, that you can just send off to some agencies and say, hey, take a look at this. Let me know what you think. Or just contact agencies and say, can I come in and see you? There'll be walk-ins, there'll be, I don't know what they're called. I think they're just called walk-ins. But my number one tip is pester them. I've helped other people do this, and just pester them. Email a company. If you don't hear back from them, send the same email again and again. Send them another email, a different email, just until you talk to someone and say, look, I want to do this. Can I come in and see you? You'll either get your photos. Oh, I thought I was getting a parking ticket. Don't worry. There's a chance they might look at your photos. They might look at your photos and say, no, sorry, we're not interested. Try another agency. I mean, if you get turned down by everyone, maybe it's not for you, but it's definitely worth a shot. But you have to be persistent. You got to remember, these agencies probably hear from hundreds of people every single week. Okay, and with obviously now I do a lot of work through social media, and I get a lot of people asking me how to grow your social media. I'm not going to go in depth because this could be a whole nother video. But with your social media, 3 things you need to make sure you're doing at least one or all 3. You can either entertain people, motivate and inspire people, or you can provide valuable information. These are the 3 things that are going to make people keep coming back to your page. And the most important thing, again, is consistency. So you have to just keep going day in, day out, see what performs well, do more of that. I'll make a whole nother video on this to help you guys out. Okay, so now I'm living in Brighton, as you guys know, and but I'm going to be, this year, I'm going to be kind of here, there and everywhere. But at the moment, I'm working a lot through social media. I'm sponsored by a couple of brands. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably know who they are. And I do actually own an academy. It's, again, if you follow me for a while, you would have seen this already. It's called the Urban Arts Academy. It's basically like kind of urban gymnastics center. So, but that is currently closed, and there'll be some new plans going ahead later on this year. Once that gets started, I'll let you guys know exactly what's going on training wise. So at the moment, obviously training sucks because we're in the UK, gyms are closed, but because of the different types of training that I do, I can still manage to do a little bit here and there. So normally my training consists of regular sessions in the gym, heavy compound, resistance, kind of bodybuilding training. On top of that, I will do a lot of bodyweight training, kind of acro, tricking, tumbling, as much movement as possible. I like to just be upside down, I like to test my body, kind of put myself in positions that most people wouldn't normally be comfortable in. And I just like to be able to have more freedom with my training. I like to be able to have more freedom. And I think the more comfortable you are in different positions, the more you can push your body, and the more creative you can become, the more creative you can be. So yeah, my training consists of kind of quite a lot of different aspects, but I do definitely miss being in the gym. But I think it's 28 days until we can go back. 27 by the time you guys see this video. So we're getting there, we're close. Right guys, so as you know, I'm quite new to YouTube, but I've been kind of fairly consistent on my other platforms for quite a long time. And now this will be the case on YouTube, for YouTube as well. So I'm going to be posting twice a week, every week from now on. There'll be one video midweek, one on the weekend. And it's going to be kind of lots of different videos. There'll be workout videos. There'll be workout kind of follow along videos and tips for your training. I'll be showing you my type of training and what I'm doing, kind of all the different types of training that I do. We'll touch on my diet, like full day of eating, show you what I do in my life every day. And I think YouTube will just give me a bit more of an opportunity to go into detail about what I'm doing in my life. Obviously Instagram is great, but it's quite limited to what you can share, and you can't do long videos like this. So hopefully you guys will get to know me a little bit better. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you tap the bell icon so you get notified every time I post. And hopefully I will see you guys on Sunday. Thanks for watching, and I will see you.